As international relations become more complex, countries are constantly changing their travel policies. Imagine this. You're getting ready for your dream vacation or planning a business trip, only to find out that the country you want to visit no longer welcomes Malaysian travelers. Yes, some countries might soon make it harder or even impossible for Malaysians to visit. From famous tourist destinations to major world powers, certain places could be off-limits for Malaysians in the near future. Let's explore which countries might restrict Malaysian travelers by 2025 and why these changes are happening. Why some countries may restrict Malaysians. In recent years, global travel has been affected by a variety of factors, including political tensions, health crises like COVID-19, and concerns over security. For Malaysia, a country with strong international ties, these changing dynamics could impact the ease of travel for its citizens. Now let's dive into the reasons behind these potential restrictions and discover which countries may tighten their borders against Malaysians. 1. North Korea. North Korea is widely regarded as one of the most secretive and isolated nations in the world, with rigid control over its borders and foreign visitors. The country enforces stringent entry policies for nearly all nationalities, and Malaysians are no exception. The diplomatic relationship between Malaysia and North Korea took a major hit in 2017 after the assassination of Kim Jong-nam, the half-brother of North Korean leader Kim Jong-un, in Kuala Lumpur. This incident caused a significant diplomatic fallout, with both nations temporarily expelling each other's ambassadors and severing several bilateral agreements. While some efforts have been made to mend relations, the process has been slow, and the overall diplomatic climate remains tense. North Korea's unpredictable nature when it comes to foreign relations suggests that it could easily impose a full ban on Malaysian travelers in the near future, especially if political tensions worsen. North Korea's volatile approach to international diplomacy often results in abrupt decisions, including total bans on foreign visitors. A complete prohibition on Malaysians would close any remaining opportunities for tourism, cultural exchanges, or even humanitarian visits. 2. Israel. Malaysia and Israel have long had a complicated and strained relationship, primarily driven by their opposing stances on the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. Malaysia has been an outspoken supporter of Palestine and has consistently condemned Israeli policies in the Middle East, particularly concerning Palestinian rights and territory. Due to this political rift, Malaysia does not have formal diplomatic relations with Israel, and Malaysians are generally barred from entering the country without special permits. The process for obtaining such permits is notoriously challenging, often involving significant bureaucratic red tape and security clearances. Malaysians who wish to visit Israel for religious reasons, such as to see sacred sites in Jerusalem, must navigate this complex and often lengthy process. As the political climate in the Middle East continues to evolve, with no visible improvement in Malaysian-Israeli relations, it is possible that these restrictions could tighten further. This would make it even more difficult for Malaysians to visit Israel, with higher security screenings, more stringent visa applications, and increased barriers for religious, academic, or business travel. 3. China. Malaysia and China share deep-rooted economic partnerships, but the relationship is not without its challenges, especially regarding territorial disputes in the South China Sea. These maritime disputes, involving overlapping claims to islands and waters rich in natural resources, have created friction between China and several Southeast Asian nations, including Malaysia. Although both countries continue to cooperate economically, particularly in sectors like manufacturing and technology, the territorial tensions remain a significant issue. China's assertive stance on controlling the South China Sea has led to a rise in military activity in the region and heightened diplomatic tensions. As a result, China has been tightening its entry protocols, particularly for individuals in sensitive fields such as technology, journalism, and academia. Malaysian professionals working in these areas may face stricter visa requirements or even denial of entry, as China becomes more protective of its national security and data privacy. Additionally, with China focusing more on securing its borders, the process of obtaining visas for business, study, or tourism may become more rigorous for Malaysians, potentially affecting the large flow of travelers between the two countries. 4. Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia has long been a major destination for Malaysian pilgrims, workers, and tourists, especially due to religious obligations like Hajj and Umrah. The kingdom's ties to Malaysia have historically been strong, with both countries sharing a deep-rooted connection through Islam. However, Saudi Arabia's Vision 2030 plan, which aims to reduce the country's dependence on oil and diversify its economy, is leading to significant reforms in labor and immigration policies. Economic reforms and labor market. As part of Vision 2030, Saudi Arabia is focusing on creating more job opportunities for its own citizens, Saudization, which means reducing its reliance on foreign workers. This could result in a stricter issuance of work visas, particularly in industries where Saudi citizens are being encouraged to participate. Malaysian workers, especially in fields like construction, retail, and hospitality, may see reduced opportunities as the country prioritizes its local workforce. Travel for religious pilgrimage. While religious pilgrimages like Hajj and Umrah are deeply significant for Malaysians, the economic reforms are not expected to affect this type of travel. The Saudi government continues to welcome pilgrims, but broader tourism and non-religious travel might see new visa policies and restrictions. Malaysians seeking work or leisure travel might encounter tougher rules, reflecting the country's shift in how it balances its economic and diplomatic relations. 5. Canada. Canada has always been a highly attractive destination for Malaysians, especially those seeking education, work, and immigration opportunities. However, economic challenges, including housing shortages, job market saturation, and rising infrastructure strain, are pushing the Canadian government to reconsider its approach to immigration. Stricter immigration policies. In recent years, Canada has experienced rapid population growth, largely driven by its welcoming stance toward immigrants. However, the increasing demand for housing, healthcare, and jobs has led to public pressure on the government to tighten immigration policies. For Malaysians, this could translate into more competitive visa applications. Higher standards may be set for student visas, requiring proof of sufficient funds, higher academic performance, or stricter language requirements. Additionally, work visa programs, such as the Temporary Foreign Worker Program or Express Entry, may become harder to access as Canada looks to balance economic growth with infrastructure strain. Impact on students and professionals. Malaysian students hoping to study in Canada could face tougher entry criteria, such as higher tuition fees, fewer work-study opportunities, and stricter post-graduation employment prospects. For Malaysian professionals, securing a permanent residency, PR, or work visa may now involve longer wait times, more documentation, and potentially higher rejection rates as Canada prioritizes skilled workers in fields that match its evolving economic needs. 6. Australia. Australia has historically been a top destination for Malaysian students, tourists, and professionals due to its high-quality education system, diverse society, and abundant job opportunities. However, following the economic aftermath of the COVID-19 pandemic, Australia's immigration policies are becoming more restrictive. Economic pressures. As the pandemic disrupted economies worldwide, Australia is focusing on job protection for its citizens. This means the government is implementing policies that give local Australians priority over foreign workers, especially in sectors hit hard by the pandemic, such as hospitality, retail, and tourism. Malaysian workers, who often seek opportunities in Australia's labor market, may find it increasingly difficult to secure temporary work visas or sponsorships for long-term employment. Immigration overhaul. Australia's immigration framework is also undergoing significant changes, with work and student visa requirements tightening. For instance, Australia is placing higher emphasis on skills shortages in certain industries, such as healthcare and technology, meaning Malaysians seeking employment in non-priority fields may face fewer opportunities. Additionally, the post-study work rights for international students are also being reviewed, making it harder for Malaysian graduates to stay and work in Australia after completing their education. Impact on students and skilled professionals. Malaysians looking to study in Australia may encounter increased competition for university placements, higher tuition fees, and more stringent visa requirements. Those seeking to enter Australia through skilled migration pathways, such as the General Skilled Migration (GSM) program, may now face tougher eligibility criteria, making it harder to achieve permanent residency. The government is also likely to assess economic need more closely, meaning Malaysians may need to prove they possess unique skills that fill gaps in Australia's job market. 7. Germany. Germany has long been a popular destination for Malaysians, particularly for those seeking education and employment opportunities. With its world-class universities, strong economy, and numerous multinational companies, Germany has attracted students and professionals alike. However, in recent years, rising nationalist sentiments and stricter immigration rules across Europe, particularly within the European Union (EU), are changing the landscape for foreign nationals, including Malaysians. As nationalism grows in Germany, there is increasing public and political pressure to prioritize jobs and opportunities for German citizens over foreigners. This has led to more stringent immigration laws and visa requirements, especially for those coming from non-EU countries like Malaysia. Moreover, the EU has introduced tighter immigration controls to manage the flow of migrants and protect local job markets, which could affect Malaysians' chances of securing work or study visas. For Malaysian students and professionals, these changes could mean facing tougher visa scrutiny, limited work opportunities, and challenges in securing long-term residency. 8. United Kingdom. The United Kingdom has historically been a favored destination for Malaysians, particularly for students and professionals. Its prestigious universities and vibrant job market have made it an attractive option for Malaysians looking to pursue higher education or build careers abroad. However, since the UK's exit from the European Union, Brexit, the country's immigration policies have undergone significant changes. The UK's new points-based immigration system is designed to prioritize skilled workers, particularly in high-demand industries such as healthcare, technology, and engineering. While this system offers opportunities for highly qualified Malaysians, it also introduces more hurdles. Malaysians now face increased scrutiny when applying for visas, especially for long-term stays, such as work or permanent residency. The new system gives more weight to factors like job offers, education levels, and salary thresholds, making it harder for some Malaysians to qualify. Furthermore, the UK's post-Brexit focus on tightening borders and enhancing security means that the visa process could become more cumbersome for Malaysians, with longer processing times and higher rejection rates. 9. United States. The United States has long been a dream destination for many Malaysians due to its vast educational and employment opportunities. From renowned universities to booming industries, the U.S. has attracted Malaysian students, professionals, and entrepreneurs seeking growth and success. However, recent changes in U.S. immigration policies, particularly regarding the H-1B visa program, have introduced new challenges. The H-1B visa, which is commonly used by skilled workers from abroad, has become more competitive, with stricter regulations aimed at protecting American jobs. This has made it harder for Malaysians to secure employment in the U.S., especially in fields like technology and engineering, where H-1B visas are highly sought after. Additionally, the tightening of U.S. immigration policies across the board has affected student visas, work permits, and even tourist visas. Diplomatic tensions between Malaysia and the U.S., particularly over trade and security issues, could also complicate the visa process further, making it more difficult for Malaysians to study, work, or conduct business in the U.S. For Malaysians looking to study in the U.S., they may now face longer visa processing times, stricter eligibility requirements, and potentially higher costs, making the overall process more challenging. 10. Russia. Russia, once a less popular but still notable destination for adventurous Malaysian travelers, is becoming an increasingly difficult country to visit due to its isolation on the global stage. Russia's foreign policies, especially its involvement in international conflicts and tensions with Western nations, have led to a wave of international sanctions and heightened security measures. These developments have made it more difficult for foreigners, including Malaysians, to enter the country for tourism, business, or study purposes. The visa process for Malaysia has always been stringent when it comes to Russia, but now, with the geopolitical shifts, it may become even more restrictive. Lengthy processing times, invasive background checks, and potential rejections are becoming more common as Russia tightens its borders. Malaysians looking to explore Russia's cultural and historical heritage or engage in business ventures may face significant obstacles, including delays, security screenings, and diplomatic roadblocks. The combination of internal security concerns and Russia's strained international relations has created a more challenging environment for Malaysian travelers seeking to visit this vast nation. In conclusion, the world of travel is constantly changing, and by 2025, Malaysians may find it harder to visit certain countries. Whether due to political tensions, economic shifts, or security concerns, these changes could make travel more complicated for Malaysians. So, if you're planning to visit any of these places, it's important to stay informed about the latest travel policies. Which country on this list surprised you the most? Let us know your thoughts, and don't forget to stay updated on global travel trends. Safe travels.